in the chair. How you doing? Welcome to another day of Litmas. So I did do this video last year and y'all seem to really enjoy it. So we're doing it again this year, but only with books that I've read this year. And this is reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books that I've read this year. So the 5-star reads that I've read this year. We've got the cauldron back. Let's get into it. Let's see the 1-star reviews. Who's gonna be the first one? We have An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. Got an average of 3.65. A little worried, this came out in 2017. Reviews. All right, that's my review. See, 5 stars there for me. People I follow also seem to love it. Let's go to the 1 stars. It's pretty underwhelming, which is a huge bummer because I really wanted to like it. A lot of people might compare this at first to ACOTAR because of the fair folk and their courts, but surprise, fairies and their courts are actually long-standing fairy lore that go back centuries. Sarah J. Maas didn't make all that up on her own. Love that. Anyway, as I said, I really wanted to like this if only for the cover. But alas, the world building felt unfinished, the purpose and direction of the story was unclear to the very end, and the characters were a group of bland strangers I never really truly get to know. I disagree wholeheartedly with that. I love fairy court folklore and had high hopes for this book. However, the only thing that truly impressed me here was the fact that I finished it, which again, bummer, especially since Rogerson has a very fluid and engaging writing style. She does have a very engaging writing style. Love her writing style. As such, despite my lackluster response to the book, I'd probably be convinced to attempt another book by her, provided the blurb sounded interesting and I got it on sale. Oof, mean. But like, also Sorcery of Thorns is fantastic and Vespertine is fantastic. What the hell? Oh God, here we go. This is gonna be a mean one. What the shit was this? Rant alert. First off, the writing. The writing is that weird territory between beautiful and rubbish. I mean, points for creativity and all, but this was page after page of overly descriptive tripe. Rude. Again, the voice inside me that loves to spout off arguments against my better logic. Oh, the writing is beautiful, all right. For being stuffed full of useless, trifling fluff about nothing. See, the problem isn't the stupidly indulgent detail itself. It's that there's no point to said stupidly indulgent detail. That is so wrong. So wrong. The writing is showy to the nth goddamn degree. And I admit I'd have loved it if there'd been more to it than the author embellishing the entire shit out of the settings. If there'd been more to it than the stupidly and gaudily dress up of, no. I highly disagree. I don't think there is a lot, to be honest. The characters flip-flop all over the place like half-cooked pancakes. No, they do not. That is so wrong. I'd have never guessed this was the same person from 10 paragraphs ago. What? No! Plot's goddamn literal dumpster fire. No, it's not! Oh my God. This one's too mean. Too mean. Here's another mean one. I'll do one more. What did I just read? This book is like Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like. You will mentally many times. Trust me, but you can never leave. Rude. After the Twilight series, I never dreamed another really goddamn awful book would come along. How dare you compare this to Twilight? Are you kidding me? That is so insulting. In many, many reviews of this book, I have read variations of the phrase, but I have questions. And to those sweet summer children, I say, there are no answers, dear ones. Our new friend Margaret was either recounting a fever dream or tripping serious balls when writing this. That's so mean. How dare you? This book is beautiful and I loved it. Everything makes sense to me. Maybe you just don't have a good enough imagination. Never think of that? We're going to Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I thoroughly enjoyed Book Lovers. So this is a contemporary romance and it deals with like the characters of, you know, like Hallmark movies where the guy goes to like find himself or whatever, ends up in a small town and falls in love with a small town girl and leaves the bitchy corporate chick behind. That's what these characters are and I love them. Lamau, what is this? Does anybody else say Lamau instead of LMAO? I say Lamau all the time. I have never struggled through a romance book as much as I did with this one. Nora, mid, Charlie, mid, Libby, mid. I'm sorry, but there is not a single thing about this book that makes up for the fact that there is no substance to it. It feels like Emily Henry considered every trope that sells and decided to bunch them all up and incorporated them into a mess of a book. Some of it was just so unappealing. I'm so disappointed. I was so into the siblings' relationship until they unironically referred to each other as sissy. Please. Okay, here's the thing. I do know people who say that to their sisters. Not my sisters, but yeah. I wholeheartedly disagree with this. There was so much substance. It had more than just the romance in this. There was a lot of reflection. There was a good sister bond stuff here. There was a lot of questioning the future. Rude. Just rude. It's clear now that Emily Henry is not my author, which is fair. I just can't connect with any of her characters and they all annoy me. I won't even write some good review because I'm not even motivated for that. Well, you say you're not going to write a good review, but you wrote like 7 paragraphs here. I expected a rivals, enemies to lovers, and it was the big mistake. It should have reached my brain since the time I read Beach Read, and there will be no rivals. Just 2 people who don't like each other, wasn't even hatred, and who kissed in the first 30% of the book. Now, here's the thing. That's something publishers kind of like require. In older books, like classically, you'll see older romance stuff, the characters gotta kiss by chapter 3. That's a stipulation to a lot of things. It's not my favorite thing either, but yes. I don't get where it came from. Why do they like each other? If they were supposed to hate each other because of their first meeting. I don't think it was necessarily that they hated each other. They just kind of like didn't vibe with each other. They didn't get along after that first meeting. And they just kind of like lived in their own spaces and they didn't have any opportunity to get to know each other, and here they do, which is why it works. Libby was the worst, by the way. She annoyed me the most, and I skimmed pages where I saw her name. I couldn't care less about her, honestly. From the 75%, I skipped everything and just read the epilogue. It was boring, if you're wondering. Rude. It's not boring. I hated everything about this. If I could give it 0 stars, I would. Rude. I like when people do gifts, though, in their reviews. I will say that. Okay, I don't trust anybody who DNFs, though. You don't get to review if you DNF. That's my personal opinion. You can say you DNF'd, but you don't get to write a full review. Unless it's something horribly offensive, and nothing offensive happens in this book. So, yeah. A lot of people just DNFing. Like, you guys gotta give this a shot. That's why I don't really get the DNF culture. Just because, like, give it a full shot. Give it what it's fully... If you started it, stick it through. We're gonna go to the next one, because... that's all the ones I can get. We're gonna go with Out of Character, another contemporary romance. The first 5-star of the year is this one. It makes me so sad that I didn't like this book at all because I was so excited about its release when I learned that it was best friends to enemies to lovers elite trope. It was the pacing, the length, and drawn out story that made me not love it. I mean, I guess that's fair, but I like drawn out stories like this, so. Not minded the game talk at all in either book, but I suspect it is a combo of the pacing, the book's length, and characterization in this one all result in a story that I wish would just end already. 2 leads had no chemistry, and disagree with that. And the dialogue was corny. Yes, it was. But in a good way, in a fun way. Jasper was the resident angel, absolutely perfect, not a flaw to be found, incorrect. Essentially a Mary Calms character, if you know, you know, which I don't. And he was boring, so boring. Milo was much more interesting, and they both lacked personality and depth to me. Disagree. I found myself not even caring about a single thing in the book. Not the romance, not the characters, not out. Well, that's your problem then. Really enjoyed the first volume of the series, but this was pretty hard to take. It is saccharine, lovey-dovey couple, and it's corny as fuck. Well, yeah. Some of us like that. By the end, I was just skimming it mostly. What a letdown. The whole time I was reading it, I was questioning whether I had actually enjoyed the first book as much as I remember doing. Strongly suggest you avoid this. Rude. Cute characters, but the plot was way too long. Whatever. Next book. We have The Bone Spindle. This is another 4.5 rounded up, which is fine. It's only got 46 1-stars. Do you ever read a book and think, yeah, this author fundamentally misunderstood the assignment? This is one of those books. What? Let's walk through the construction of a gender-bent retelling of Sleeping Beauty, shall we? No, okay, like, it is a gender-bent retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but it's its own thing. I hate when people do that, when they're like, it's gotta be exactly this. No, you're allowed to adapt. You're allowed to make things. Oh my God. DNFs. Don't care for them. Where's the spoiler one? I was going to give this book 1.5 stars for Briar, but then I read the ending. It had no closure. Yeah, because it's the start of a duology, guys. There's a sequel. The character Fee, who's supposed to be kissing a sleeping prince and wake him up, is boring and has no personality and narcissistic at the time. No. Don't you dare say that about my Fee. Don't even. Stop dragging the stupid plot out. No, guys, Books have to have plot. They have to have that substance. Calm down. Calm down is also to myself. I never take this long to finish a book, blah, blah, blah. Reading by the end and never resolved, just setting up for a sequel. Well, yes, that's how cliffhangers work. I'm not always a fan of cliffhangers, but this one worked. Be excited to turn the next page. No, whatever. DNFs, don't trust DNFs. I don't care about DNFs. So people are just wrong. They're all just wrong. That's what we've come to know, is people are wrong. We've got, oh no, I don't want to read 1-star reviews of this. It's Titanic. Got Titanic. Oh no. People are going to be really mean about Spencer. I already know people don't like Spencer all that much, but I love Spencer. Oh God, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. This is one of my favorite books this year, okay guys? Yeah, goddamn, this book was good. Let's just read my review. 27 1 stars. Okay. I think I may have read a bit of a different book to everyone else, as I hated. Just for the most part, for the record, I love the first two. Firstly, chapters 1 and 2 had the word like so many times. It set my, I don't remember that at all. And I usually will pick that out. But the storyline, did we just fall into Jumanji? Yes! Yes, we did! And that's why it's great. I loved this aspect of it, okay? I loved that aspect. Anyway, it goes, characters, so one character from the original got super annoying in this, and a new character was just weird. Also fantastic. Which character is is this person mad about? I think another reason I didn't like it was another book where Spencer had to meet and get along with another group of individuals. And there's a sort of flying competition involved. Sounding familiar? Well, yes. This is where Spencer excels, okay? That her strength is in flying. That's her thing. How in the world does this inexistent book have a score of 4.1? It goes to show how accurate informed voting is nowadays. Wow. Someone's missed off. How utterly disappointing. I adore Sanderson's writing and could not have imagined that I would think one of his books was a waste of time, but here we are. Wow, rude. I have no idea what happened when he wrote Titanic, but it's not remotely up to his others. Incorrect. Incorrect. You're incorrect. This is a bad acid trip. Okay, but like, that's the point. I'm sorry, did I scare you? That's the point, is that it's so out of whack and doesn't make sense. There's a point to it, and y'all missed it. The worst book by Brandon Sanderson by far. Rude! Oh my God, I hate everyone. I hate them all. Okay, moving on. Next, Violet Made of Thorns. Why are people so mean? Violet Made of Thorns. I think, is this another 4.5 rounded up? Or did I give this 5? 4.5 rounded up. Okay. Okay. I'm scared. Okay. Your reviews weren't promising, but I've decided to clear out my physical TBR. It's a struggle. It's a finish, blah, blah, blah. Nothing to say about this that hasn't said before. Insert generic bland YA fantasy enemies to lovers. Ooh la la, not ooh la la. No one fucking cares. Wow. Violet and Cyrus have 0 chemistry. Incorrect. And 0 personality. Also incorrect. Oh my God, I hate him, but I love him. Lisai. I thought this was a refreshing take on that whole rival silvers. Like, they're on the same side, but they're also not on the same side. I thoroughly love it. I loved it. I thought they have great banter. Oh, the narration ruined it. Oh, they didn't like the audiobook. Okay. Well, that's just an ear thing. Violet Made of Thorns is not as good as the summary suggested or as I thought. Or should I say, yet another stunning cover that duped me. Yet, did I learn enough lessons this time? No! This is just people being mad at themselves. Whatever. Please don't ask about the romance aspect. I don't have anything to say about those cringe-worthy, steaming romances. To be honest, if only the whole story or its main characters had been better developed, despite everything, I would have given this book a solid 4 stars. I thought they were really well developed. I thought they were very complicated characters. Clearly, you're wrong. YA fantasy genre is declining in quality. Oh, whatever. What do you read? I want to know, what do you actually like to read? And I'll tell you what quality you actually have. Why was the storytelling so poor? Why was the world building so lousy? It wasn't! Okay, you're gonna help me. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more. Okay. One more to make myself angry. Hold on, I need to pick one. We've got, oh no, Husband Material. We're doing a lot of the contemporaries in this one, I find. Husband Material is the sequel to Boyfriend Material, which I also read this year. Oh boy. Did I 4.5 this? This is a 4.5. I'm scared. I think people, I think one of the reasons people probably won't like this is because they think it's going to be red, white, and royal blue, and it's not. But it has the same cover style. And I think people go in with that expectation, and they shouldn't. I'm gonna be brutally honest here. I loathed husband material. I just finished, and I'm gonna take some deep breaths for continuing. Deep breaths. Okay, now to compose myself, blah, blah, blah. Break it down. You know when you have something that feels just utterly amazing and you want to treasure it in your mind? For me, that's a 5-star romance book. They are very rare and very unique. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the hell up. Get on with your angry review here. Took the joy from that first book and just crushed it? I'm not even addressing the ending of Husband Material, which I saw coming from a mile away, didn't particularly have an issue with. Okay, well, whatever. Was an exhausting mix of bickering and fighting with almost no levity of character development. Incorrect. Exactly, Mambo. Exactly. Incorrect. There was so much development because there was so much the two of them still had to work on their own. Like, oh, wrong. Wrong! So wrong. Eating disorder handled in a way that can be harmful to read about? I mean, I guess you could put that trigger warning in that one of the characters does have an eating disorder. But I thought it was handled well. As a gay man, I can't leave this review without pointing out that there is no right way to be gay. You don't have to love everything rainbow and queer to be gay. You don't have to feel comfortable with queer culture to be gay. No one else can tell you what to feel when it comes to how you and what you identify with. Which is a point in the book. Especially for one of the characters. This is the thing. I read their little spoiler thing. I'm not going to spoil that for you. That's one of the main conflicts between our two characters, is one of them is very much into that kind of queer culture and one of them is not. And it's realistic how it's worked for them. So I disagree with that. I thought it was a very realistic take on that conversation between two people. Just August 3rd is the day Alexis Hall and I broke up for good. Just like Oliver should have left Luke and never looked back. Rude as hell. Incorrect. No. No, 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 no. You cannot put Oliver on a freaking pedestal like that because Oliver is just as flawed as Luke. They're flawed in different ways, but that's why it works. Don't do that. Don't just put one of them on a pedestal and say he's better off without him, because they work because they're so different. I'm angry now. Reading these has severely pissed me off. A lot of people miss the point. I think a lot of people have been looking at some of the stuff. Hope they break up in the next one. No! I actually think there's going to be a next one. I think there's actually not. I think, because Goodreads was saying that there was Boyfriend Material 3, or London Calling 3, but it's not. Okay, anyway, that's it. That's as many as I can manage to do today. That's it. That's all I can do. Oh my God. People are so wrong. Why is everyone so wrong? Why doesn't everyone just listen to what I have to say? Because I'm always right. We know this here. Clearly, I'm the only one with a valid opinion. I'm gonna get reviews on this being like, I don't like this character. People are gonna take me too seriously. Oh no, this is an issue. Anyway, we all have different opinions, even if yours are horribly, horribly wrong and I'm right. Whatever, it's fine. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me painfully read through these 1-star reviews of my favorite books this year. It was really rude. It was really mean. I'm gonna go lay down now and cry. Did you guys agree or disagree? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think my 5-star reviews are unworthy? Do you disagree with my 5 stars? Do you agree with the 1 stars? I dare you to put in the comments below. I will respond. I will. Comments down below. Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. Check out my Kobe page. I will see you tomorrow, cuties. Bye. So I'm just being comfy. All right, let me be comfy. Can I have the baby? Can the baby come here? Can the baby not be in my armpit? Thank you. There's a baby. In the end, I'm glad I like this period.